Sheffield Wednesday, the club, history, the support. I'll never forget the support 2 years ago in the playoff final. They bounced Wembley that day, and I thought, my gosh, what an unbelievable club that would be to get moving. And the chairman also, with his enthusiasm for where he wants the club to be. You know, you ask him about budgets and there is none. He'll just try his best, and that's the way he is. And deep down I know that he wants the club to achieve and wants the club to do well as it possibly can, and that's why I'm here. And if I can turn it around, it's been difficult over the last, probably since the playoff final. You know, it's been a difficult time for the club in the last 18 months in terms of results. So let's hope I can turn that round quickly, I hope. If not, then we've got to be patient and put a team together that will take us ultimately back to where the club wants to be.
You've had a month's conversations, I dare say, with the other two Steves. Yeah. You've also had a watching brief, I suppose.
Yeah.
From that brief, how big a challenge do you think it is?
Well, there's no question it's a big challenge. You know, there's been people here for a long time. There's a lot of people been out of contract. There's some been frozen out of what's happened in the past too. So what I said to them was, and I'd first of all like to thank the two Steves. They've done a terrific job in difficult circumstances, but they were delighted to get started. And so, you know, we've got people out of contract in the summer, and I said to the players this morning, look, the slate's wiped clean with me. You know, from now on, right, the only thing you have to do is please myself. And that is by applying yourself in the right way. If you're out of contract, to try and earn a new contract, and let's see where it takes us. So that's always been my philosophy on it. But there's a job to be done. I don't think it's going to be a magic wand. We'd all love to do an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and win 8 out of 9. That would be wonderful, but we know that's going to be difficult. But that's got to be the aim.
You mentioned financial fair play. How restrictive can that be?
Well, I'm used to it because I had it in my last club, and I think there's a vast majority of the championship in the same sort of situation. So it doesn't really put me off. It never put me off that, you know, the financial situation of the club. We're Sheffield Wednesday, and we've got a big, huge club and a big support and a big tradition and a big history, which demands success. That will always be the case. So you don't always necessarily have to have it with money. Helps, don't get me wrong, but I managed to do it at Hull on a shoestring, and Birmingham were quite frugal as well. So I hope that, you know, I can work with that little bit of magic again and find a few little ones out the lower divisions, or find a lone player who can come and do your turn and put a team together.
The team currently are 11 points above the drop zone, 11 points off the playoffs. What constitutes success over the next few months?
We've got to always look upwards. This club will demand that. The supporters will demand that. So that's where we've got to look. That's why I'm probably the third manager here in 18 months or whatever it is. You know, because the club demands that we are the other way. So that's got to be the aim. Not going to be easy. We're not going to try and give anybody the flannel that it is. And I'll try and see it for warts and all.
A lot of fans who get in touch with us on the phone and talk about, well, Steve Bruce is going to come in, he'll have 10 players out of contract in the summer, sweeping changes. What would your response to that be?
Well, I think it's vitally important that the players out of contract try and earn one. So that was my message to them straight away, you know. There's some good players who, you know, are at the end of their contract. So it's time to assess the whole thing and have a look at the balance of the team. And of course, when you only get, I've had a first training session today. When you're 2-3 months in, it'll give me a clear view of what's required and what we need, and what we need to move forward.
What's the short-term view on that then, as to what's required?
Results helps everything. We've just seen an upturn in results. We need to improve on that, but that's got to be the initial aim. The initial aim for everybody is to improve the results, to see how far that can take us. That's got to be the aim for everybody.